welcome to another episode of the Foodie Strategist podcast. Today we have April. She is a fashion designer, e-commerce, content creator. So April, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yes, hi everyone. Nice seeing you all to the podcast. Yes, I am a fashion designer, content creator. I create content for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the things. And I also do a lot of DIY around my home. So you'll see me on YouTube doing DIY, on Facebook and TikTok doing fashion. So I'm very multifaceted.
I love that. I feel like a lot of people are, and I feel like that's like I don't want to say the new thing, but back in the day it was all about niching down. But now I feel like people are really wanting to, get outside of their box and show a lot more of themselves. You would consider yourself a multi-passionate, like creative, right?
Yes, and that can be it could be a pro and it could be a con because sometimes we have so many things that we're good at, and it's like we spread ourselves so thin with all the things we're good at that it's hard to make something of each thing great because you're spread so thin. So it's a pro and a con. It's good to have a lot of talents, but niching down can be a benefit at the same time to like having one thing so you could promote that to its best of its ability and then focus on something else. But my mind be so everywhere that it's really hard for me to niche down.
I totally understand, girl. You don't even got to explain it to me. Like I keep saying, like I have a bit of like ADHD, so like I'm like I'll do like an ebook today, and then I'll do like just different things, and I'm like, okay, like like kind of like I always tell people, I feel like an octopus with like my tentacles just everywhere, and so it can be very stressful, and like you say, sometimes I get like to the point where it's so much to do. Sometimes I shut down because it's just so much to do. Like, and just watching Netflix sounds so nice. Oh, okay. So April is a fashion designer and she just launched her new e-commerce store. So can you tell them a little bit about that and also how to get to you? And by the way, all the links will be down below.
Yes. The store is called Bangles, Bucket Hats, and Bikinis. I know it's a tongue twister, but it's highlighting our seasonal products. Me and my husband. Husband is a jewelry designer, and I'm a fashion designer. And being that it's summer, we'll be focusing on things people usually wear in the summer. The bucket hats to shield their eyes from the sun, bikinis, of course, and some bling to go along with it. So it is a seasonal pop-up shop. We are expanding it so it could be something that has longevity. So right now we're selling the seasonal stuff, but in the fall we'll be selling jackets and still the bling, still the hats, and just other things that promote that season. But it's a pretty cool store. It has some really really unique items in the store that you won't find anywhere else that won't be recreated. A lot of our stuff is custom. So once we make it one time, we don't make it again. So it's really a fun shop to check out.
Okay. But yeah, I love her their business because like a lot of your colors, they're like very bright, and I love like bright, colorful things. So I'm like very attracted to that kind of stuff. So if you love color, you're gonna love their items. But let's get more into April. Okay, so let's start off with what came first? Were you a content creator? Were you a business owner? Like what kind of came first for you?
Well, I was definitely a fashion designer. Since I was a teenager, that's all I ever wanted to do was design fashion. And I've gotten off track, becoming a mother. I needed, quick money, so I had to like work, for other people. But the passion was always there, and my passion for fashion actually came about again. It came about again when my now 13-year-old turned 5, and I had to give her a gift, but I didn't have any money for it. So I just made her something with the sewing machine that I had, and I made her a bonnet, and everybody loved it. I posted it online, everybody loved it, and that's when I got the idea to start selling them. And I wasn't a content creator at that time. I was just a regular person sharing my work. But with the whole internet phase where everything became about content, and that's really the best way to sell your work is being a content creator now. You got to kind of get thrown into it. So with me being a fashion designer, I had to become a content creator in order for my stuff to get seen. And it like everything else, it has its pros and its cons. I'm not an actress. I'm not anybody who is great with the camera, but that's something we have to learn to do in order to be seen, our work to be noticeable. So yeah, I was definitely a fashion designer first. That's my first love. And I'm so grateful that I get to do what I love, because I wouldn't be able to be a content creator if I didn't love what I do. So that really helps me, because if I had to promote something that I didn't love, I don't think I would be good at it. I think I
Right.
would hate it. But it's a joy waking up to do that, knowing that I'm promoting something that I love to do anyway.
I love that. So yeah, I definitely agree when it's something just in general where like as a creative, I feel like I have like we were talking about having different passions. I may have a passion for something. And then like sometimes when that passion kind of like goes away, I was like,
Hmm.
I'm kind of over that. Like, so
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely feel like you have to have a passion in order to sell something or to
Hmm.
even feel creative to even do it. You get what I'm saying? Because if I
Yes.
don't
Yes.
feel creative, I ain't doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what I noticed about myself, that even though I love to sew, when I feel too pressured, like with what's going on in the world, like what's trending and what's selling things now, was what the techniques with editing and everything like that I have to learn. When I feel too much pressure, I do shut down and I stop doing what I love, but that's only for maybe about a week or two, and then I get back on it because I love what I do. But I feel like if I didn't love what I do and I had that pressure, I would definitely be giving up. So
Yeah.
it definitely helps to love what you do, because we all shut down at some point. Writers have writer's block, and just a lot of different ways we shut down as creatives. But because we love what we do, it's easier for us to get back on that track and just get to it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I was watching Gary V. He talks a lot about different social media and just different things. And he
Hmm.
was talking about the same thing about like I forgot what he called it, like micro burnouts or whatever. And I feel like everybody needs that. Like even with me, like like I'll take a few days. It just depends on what's going on. Some days I'll take like more time. But also what I've been noticing, and we'll get into like social media here in a little bit. What I've been noticing is like I actually deleted the Facebook app and I've been going on desktop. So it's actually made me more intentional with my business versus
Oh,
before I used to kind of like just scroll. So I feel like that kind of
right.
helps me, like I say, be more intentional and not burn out as much because I'm not really on the internet as much, if
Oh my
that makes
gosh,
sense.
that's so smart. And I have to adapt that now, because I didn't think about that. You're right. That is so smart to like delete the app and just do it online, so you're more focused on what you have to do and you don't get distracted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because
You're like, baby, I'm
I,
about to delete
I
this
need
app.
that myself.
Yeah, because I just did it like I think I deleted the Facebook app like about a week ago. It's just like I say, I'm quite addicted to social media. And so like
Mhm.
I would just go on there and be on there for like hours and hours just on reels, girl, and just talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with my business. But I still, like I say, when I go on now, I used to be on Facebook, I'm gonna say like hours and hours. Now I pretty much got it down to about I want to say under an hour a day. I think
Good,
today
good.
and yesterday I spent more time on there, but also I was posting a lot and I was talking to you and like just different people. So I was on there a bit longer, but it was more
But it
intentional,
was
girl.
networking, yeah. Mhm.
It has been so nice. I've been able to really like focus. So I would definitely suggest, but I will say, girl, that first to 3 days, girl, it was just I went through like I went through like
Withdrawals?
withdrawals kind of in a way. Like it was crazy. I was so emotional. Like it was crazy. I was talking to my husband. I was like, why ain't you spending time with me? I was all like, because usually I'll be scrolling on my phone. And I was like, Elsa, I was like, I need your support right now. I was like, I don't have the Facebook app. Like it was so funny. But after those 3 days, then it kind of became a little bit normal, if that makes sense. But them
Mhm.
3 days, girl, even like now, sometimes I'd be like, oh yeah, I need to look up somebody, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I don't have the app. I deleted Facebook app. I thought I deleted Instagram, but somehow it's still on there. I deleted TikTok. I
Woo.
deleted most of the major ones that I'm
Uh-huh.
constantly kind of always on. And like I said, I've noticed a huge difference in my productivity. I don't really know what I do with my life now. Like, it's weird comparing
Right?
to, if that makes sense. Like, before
Yeah.
scrolling all day, and now I don't. But it's like I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, what am I doing with the time or whatever?
Uh-huh.
But like I say, it's
Yeah.
definitely more intentional, and I've really been enjoying it. So I would definitely say test it out. Just know that if you're a social media addict, like myself, you might go through some withdrawals. It's totally normal, girl. I was looking it up. I was like, what's going on with me? Like, girl, I felt crazy, but now I feel a lot calmer. So it's like really, really great.
When I took a break from social media a while back, I took like I feel like, I think it was like a 2 month or 3 month break from Facebook and Instagram. But you know what was crazy? I took a break from that, but I was still on YouTube. But
Yeah,
YouTube isn't the same. YouTube is like it's not that scrolling addiction thing.
it's
So
not.
I just posted on YouTube just to stay consistent with something. But because we work from those platforms, so I just want to stay consistent with something. But that break from Facebook and Instagram, the first few days is hard, but after you get past like a week or so, you really get to see life around you. You get to notice the people around you more and outside, and just you even get to be a bit more creative because you're focusing on what's in front of you. But without having to post online, you just get to do it for the joy of it. And it was a relief. It felt good.
Yeah.
But then, I knew that I had to go back to social media because, again, that's how I have to make money. And unfortunately, I can only take my breaks when I don't have any orders, like any orders for clothing. That's the only time I can really take my breaks. Because when I do, I have to check in with my customers and make sure they know what's going on. So, I can't always have the luxury of taking a break. But when I did do that, it was really peaceful for me.
Yeah,
I
it
felt
is. That's what I'm like. Even for me right now, it's been very like I say, very intentional. So for you, I would definitely suggest maybe even deleting the app. And I personally like the batch create, like even with my podcast or just YouTube channel and just different things.
Mhm.
Like I like to, like I say, batch create and like scheduling. Girl, when I used to schedule my
Uh-huh.
content, like last year and just before, I used to schedule for like at least 4 weeks at a time. And
Mhm.
girl, like, oh, it'd be so amazing. Not to say that you don't have to go online, but then maybe you're just going online just to, comment or
Oh
just to
yeah.
message people. And then you can like log back off. It was so great. And so now I'm getting back to that level of like, okay, I need at least a month worth of content. Also, I'm working on my emails and just all the stuff that people don't see. I'm working on being
Mhm.
more consistent on that. But it's like I said, it's making a huge difference with even my podcast. I like, we talking right now. My podcast hasn't officially launched. So if you're watching this, it's officially launched. But
Oh
I
wow.
want to go ahead and prep everything. I feel like that makes a big difference because you're also a mom. Can you tell everybody how many kids you got, girl?
This is number 8. This is number 8. And we're done having children, but we have a wide range of ages in this house from 19 down to him. He's 2 months. And so, yeah, it's not easy. And, I've just learned, I mean, it sounds silly, but I just learned to be on a schedule because for years I've been working just getting in where I fit in. Like, if I had time right now, I'll do something. I'll post whenever I can, edit a video, put something together. Like, it was no structure and order in how I worked. But it worked for me. At the same time, it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Because it left me tired and it just left me overwhelmed where, sometimes I shut down for 2 weeks, like I said. But just recently I started, putting myself on a schedule because I know that that's the only way I can really survive with creating and posting content. And then that's a good way for me to know when to stop. Because, at some point I need to stop during the day and pay attention to my family, and pay attention to my husband and pay attention to myself, because I'm creating, but at the same time, I'm stopping to cook, I'm stopping to do this, I'm stopping to do that, but it needs to be a cutoff time in the day where I just stop everything and just focus on me and my loved ones.
Yeah.
And that's something that I wasn't doing for years. I just be, like I said, getting to where I fit in, and trying to cater to them and cater to my business at the same time without having a real schedule. So I just recently started doing that. And so far it's been beneficial. Unfortunately, I'm not a morning person. So getting up at 6:45 a.m. every day is not easy for me, but it benefits me later on in the evening when I need to rest. I can rest because I stopped working at like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
and I feel like even with that being said, morning time may not be your thing. Like me personally,
Mhm.
a lot of times I'll be up at like 4 in the morning or like late at night when everybody mostly is asleep. So it just depends on really what works best for you and just knowing
Mhm.
what works best for you. And like I say, definitely scheduling, girl. When you up, shoot, like even for me, like, okay, let's just say on Instagram, we're getting into social media strategy a little bit. For like Instagram or something like that, let's just say for Instagram, I'm only gonna post 3 times a week. So like if I know I'm gonna post 3 times a week, I can go ahead and you know what I'm saying, get those 3 pieces done, and then that's
Mhm.
that week. I'm done. I don't have to post every day. Like
Mhm.
I'm fine with not posting every day because before I feel like I was over like working myself with content, but
Yeah.
I just feel like it has to be more intentional. What is the message behind it? That way
Mhm.
you get to your goals a lot faster. And
Yeah.
then yesterday, when I was messaging people, even about the podcast and stuff, I have to get back to everybody kind of like today or tomorrow, But I was just like, okay, I had a bunch of messages, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get back to y'all tomorrow, because I'm like, baby,
Mhm.
I'm kind of like, I'm kind of done for the day,
Yeah.
like.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
also what I've done too is like usually on Fridays, my friend, she wants to hang out with me and my son today, so we're gonna be going somewhere today. But usually on Fridays, the last like I'm gonna say 2 to 3 weeks, I've been kind of doing that as like a self-care day. Really, it's business,
Uh-huh.
but also self-care because I love
Mhm.
food, and so like it's my
Yeah.
day where I get to go to my office. If I
Mhm.
want to go do like some food content around here, I can do that.
Mhm.
And it's been so great to have like that break away because like
Yeah.
I only have one kid, so I can only imagine just having more. I'm like he already be alive. I'd be like, just don't touch me right now. Like just
Yeah.
back up.
Yes, yes. And then all of them be touching me at the same time. And then, when you get that feeling like when you get a lot of overstimulation with people around you, is that part of you that might like feel like you're bubbling up to just like explode. In that moment I have to tell myself, okay, I'm their mom. They just need me. And so I just have to calmly tell them, okay, don't touch me right now, okay? Don't touch mommy right now. Like I have to be calm about it. Because just a second ago I was bubbling up to be like, stop it. So
Girl, you
you
got
get
more
that
patience than me. I be like
overstimulation.
this. I'm like back up. Like I just be like in my own zone, and like I just be like, bro, like you doing too much. Like I'm gonna go to the
Yeah.
office now. I be like, peace. But yeah, I definitely feel like I've learned overstimulation as a word that I didn't know. I think my son is up right now. That I didn't know was actually a thing. Or
Mhm.
I didn't know the word for what I was feeling, if that makes sense. So
Uh-huh.
now
Yeah.
that I know, I can better equip myself to deal with it better because I didn't know what it was before. I didn't know what overstimulation was. But yeah, I definitely get overstimulated. Definitely as like moms, like I'm becoming more of a stay-at-home mom. So it's like you're
Mhm.
constantly always around your kids, and that
Mhm.
could be a lot. So I'm like, and even it can just be a lot. So I feel
Yeah.
like you definitely need to pour into yourself and just get them breaks when you can, girl. Doing
Yes.
whenever you can. But okay, so
Yes.
you're on so many different social media platforms. Like, do you have like a favorite? Are you noticing any like differences in like social media? Like, I love talking about social media strategies. So
Mhm.
I always like to see if people are noticing things, if they're
Mhm.
changing their like strategies or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm on so many. Let me see. I think all right, I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I feel like there's one more. I feel like there's one more. Oh, YouTube.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't forget.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm on those, but I do have a favorite. Hands down, it's always gonna be Facebook. Always. Always, because Facebook is like family to me. Like people been following me for over a decade on Facebook. And it's like even though, I make most of my money from Facebook, that's where most of my friends are. Like my customers are my friends, like on Facebook. Anywhere else, they're like customers, but on Facebook, my customers are my tribe. Like I love Facebook. Like honestly, if Facebook went away, I would be sad because a lot of the people I talk to is like they've been with me for so long, and I've been with them for so long. So hands down, it's always gonna be Facebook as my favorite. TikTok, I'm trying to adjust to. Instagram, be feeling like it's cool, but at the same time, Instagram be bougie. Like it be bougie. It's hard to break into the algorithm with Instagram, and it's hard to keep a longevity kind of relationship with people on Instagram. But Facebook will always be like my heart. I love Facebook. YouTube is chill, but I feel like I have more control with YouTube, with what I put out, how I want to present myself, how I want to respond to people. So yeah, they all have their differences and similarities, but I like Facebook overall more than anything else.
I love it. So I have a question. Since you're on TikTok, are you afraid about the ban? I think it's already banned. I think in January is when it officially goes away if they don't sell, which they said they're not going to sell. So are you having any plans for that? I don't know how big your following is on there, but have you thought about that as a creator and business owner?
You know what's crazy about TikTok is that I really don't care for it like that. I really don't. Um, I just recently re-downloaded TikTok. I had TikTok maybe about a year ago or more, and I broke into the past 1,000 followers to be able to go live, but I ended up giving the account away to my husband so that he can go live, and I started another account recently for myself, and I'm promoting that right now. So it's a new account. It's not even a month old. But I'm gonna tell you something funny about TikTok because I created a secret account, right? Because I was like, I'm not able to really break out with what I want to break out with on TikTok. So, I'm gonna do like a controversial TikTok, get followers on that, and then put my stuff on it the way I want to. So I did a TikTok. Now I'm gonna tell you, I did this TikTok, but it was about my feet. So I did TikTok. I did TikTok for my feet, right? And let me tell you, that TikTok blew up
I bet.
to 1,000, over 1,000 within hours, okay? Within hours. But they banned my account.
Yeah, when you said feet, I already knew it was gonna be a bunch of people. Like I didn't know, I don't know exactly what the content was, but people with foot fetishes is real. I remember before me and my husband got together, I was like dating, and somebody was like asking me about my shoe size, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And I was like, I told him they asked me again, and I was like, okay, like you're doing too much. Like I don't even like my own feet, so like you doing too much. But yeah, the feet, girl, it does not surprise me that you got a bunch of people. They was like, oh yes, unlocked. Like you was about to have a bunch of
Listen,
people. You better be y'all used to sell, I think, like body butters and stuff, girl. That was your time to sell them body butters on that
I
foot,
know,
girl.
I know. Let me tell you, it blew up within hours and it got banned. And I was so mad because I was like right there to be able to switch it over into what I wanted it to be, and it got banned. And I probably could have got the ban lifted, but I was like, whatever. I felt kind of desperate in that moment. I was like, what, I'm just gonna go back to what I was originally doing. But it was so funny. But honestly, if TikTok got bans, like the whole thing, I wouldn't really care too much. Like I said, Facebook is my heart. TikTok is just something that I'm trying to promote my work on, but it's not really my heart. I know I can sell anywhere. I could do like the old days and sell out of the trunk of my car. I can go to events. I could do it that way too because I remember those times and I know how to do it. And I want to actually do that. It's just, I have 8 children. It's kind of a struggle with, seeing how I'm going to work that out with my kids. But I would like to go back to days where we could just sell out the trunk of our car or go to events and set up a booth and meet with people, talk to people face to face and do it that way. I love that.
You got to be an
So,
extrovert, girl. Because I used to do that. Because
yes.
I'm a licensed. What did you say? I didn't want to cut you off. What did you say?
No, yeah, you're right about the whole extrovert thing, and I'm not, I'm actually an introvert. But I respect that come up so much because I'm from the old school where I saw it happen for people. I respect that come up, and that getting yourself out there, putting yourself out there. That's something that I want to be able to train myself with doing, because even with this podcast, it was really hard for me mentally to do this. And that's why I kept saying, it's okay if we do it at 4. It's okay if we do it at this time. It's okay, because I was kind of like, even though I don't want to cuss, I can't cuss, right?
I mean, hey, go ahead.
Okay, so even though I fucks with you, I'm not good with like the whole talking thing, and I'm not good with that. So how they did it back in the day with going out there to the meet and greets and stuff. I want to force myself to be able to do that because I know that's important for my business, and I want to get to know my people face to face. I really do. I'm one of the people that post online and be like, where the girls at that like to do this and that. That's my tribe. Let's link up. I'm one of them people, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. So it's hard for me, but I do know that I need to train myself to do that because, it's important to be, interactive with people offline. It's so important.
Yeah, like me, I'm more. I'm an ambivert, so I feel like you would be an
Mhm.
ambivert. It's like an in between where, like,
Mhm.
you pop out, but then it's like, okay, I'm ready to go home, and like
Mhm.
I'll network or do like hang out with somebody maybe once a month, and then like after
Mhm.
that, I kind of have to rebuild my energy, girl, because like
Yes.
it drains me so much. Because when I do meet people, I'm just like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And
Mhm.
then when I get home, I be like, oh, like,
Yes. Yes.
whew.
Yes. Yes.
But
I
I
understand
definitely
what
would
you're
suggest
saying.
to get out there if that's what you want to do. Like I said, when I first started, like I'm a licensed esthetician. And before I was an esthetician, more so I did skincare products. And so
Mhm.
I used to sell at the farmers markets. Like I used to
Mhm.
sell just wherever I could. And it definitely makes a difference, girl. It'd be wild. Like, cause when I went to school for aesthetics, right? I had told them, like, I had my skincare company first, and then I became a licensed esthetician. And it was like, oh, what is the name? And I was like, Elena's Collection. And so one of the students was like, my mom bought some of your lip balm. And I was like, that
Oh,
is so funny, girl. Like the town I live in,
nice.
it's a big city, if that makes sense, but also a small city. And so, like,
Mhm.
I'll just go places. I used to live in Dallas. So Dallas is a big,
Mhm.
big place where
Yeah.
people really don't know you unless they know, you know what I mean? But here,
Mhm.
girl, like, I'll go to the mall and they be like, hey, Elena. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, hey. I be looking at a hot mess. I'll go to Dollar Tree, just looking at a hot mess, just trying to get in and out. They're like, hey, Elena. And I'm like, bro, like,
Oh
I
my
got to start.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I feel
Well, you
like
know
a little
what?
celebrity, but I'm like, not, I don't
Uh-huh.
feel like it in a way, but it's just because it's so small and I'm online so much. Like, people really be
Mhm.
noticing what I be doing, girl. When I don't be online for like 4 days, like I have people who message me and they be like, are you okay? And I'm like, what?
Uh-huh.
They're like, you ain't been online in a while. And I'm like,
Mhm.
then I'll go back and I'll be like,
That's
bro, it's
beautiful.
only been like 4 days. I'm like, I've been on YouTube, like, but I'm like, I'll come back. But they be checking on me. And I'm like, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean,
Facebook.
people care.
Facebook is where most of those people are that really will check on me. And it goes back to
Mhm.
say, like, those people are like it's like your family and friends, your close knit people who will check on you more so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
a difference.
That's what happened when I left Facebook for those months. Is people did check up on me, and that's what made me come back because I didn't want people to feel, like I
Damn.
don't want people to lose hope, because I know that by being an entrepreneur and a mom, a black woman, a content creator, if people who look up to you and, even if they're not interested in doing what you're doing, they looking up to you for a reason, and so when you kind of like ghost them, it could be hurtful, and then also it can worry them and make them lose confidence in what they want to do because they see somebody who's they respect and who's trying, and they see somebody kind of fall off or just like give up or just disregard them or disregard what they're doing. It makes them lose hope and feel like some things ain't worth it. So I didn't want them to feel that way. I wanted to show them that I just needed a break and I'm back. I'm doing what I love. That didn't stop, just because, I know that it's not just me that I'm, working for. I'm working for my family and my tribe, so, it's important to, take a break for you, but it's also important to get back on and interact with people, you know, because
Yeah.
it does make a difference.
It does. That mental health is very serious. I'm all about mental health and self-care. So I definitely feel like if you need to take some time, take some time. And so, like I say, even for me, like just even like not having the app, but still being on desktop, so I don't feel like I'm abandoning people because like I don't want to just like kind of be done with Facebook, if that makes sense, because I'm addicted to it. So like even just spending that time on the desktop. And I'll just scroll for a little bit. And nowadays, I just be like, bro, there's like really nothing on here. But if I was to get on the app, get on Reels, girl, I would be on there for hours, sending things to people all day long.
When you go on the Facebook app, it makes you can see it's easier to like have access to everything on Facebook, but the desktop view is a little bit more, I don't know, it just looked a little bit more jumbled to my eyes, where it's like I become like disinterested with it when I'm on a desktop. So when I do go on a desktop, I just go for what I need and I get off. But online on the phone, oh, forget about it. Like you said, scrolling.
I agree with you now that you said that. Because when I go on the desktop, like you said, it's wider too. So I think you're looking at like everything versus if you're on the phone, you're just looking at the feed. And then you get on a reel, then that's reel after reel after reel. So you kind of get hooked. So the desktop really has made a difference. It's made me, like you said, it looks a little bit more jumbled because you can see everything. So I'll just scroll. And like I said, I'll be like,
focus.
Yeah, I'm like, it's nothing really on here. So I'm like, okay, it's time to like log off. And then, like I said, later today, I'm gonna log back on and see if I missed any like notifications because I don't have the app. So I'm like, I be trying to tell people just to message me. That way I can actually get it. But like I said, I do check like a couple times a day. But yeah, it's made a big difference. And then like it's crazy because like now since I don't have the apps of my major social media, I still get on YouTube, but YouTube, like, have you been on YouTube lately? I feel like on YouTube lately, a lot of my content has been on my timeline or feed has been really old. Like, it's been like, it's like kind of in a way dead or something, or it's not enough content flowing over there. Because I've seen content on there just from 3-5 years ago. And I'm just like, what is this? Have you noticed that at all?
No, I haven't. When I go to YouTube, you know what? When I go to YouTube, I like to go to YouTube to look at other people and see, what they put out there. So my subscriptions is usually what pops up, and it's usually the newest stuff that they put out. It's hardly ever, unless I'm going on an account and then it'll show me something that same account did previously, and that probably might be something from like 5 months ago. But other than that, my feed shows the newest, feed that is there, and
That's
so
good. Because mine's, like I say, I don't know if it's because I be looking up so many different things or what my timeline might be like. Girl, I don't know what you want. Like, so it's not giving me things. Like I say, I see things from like 3-5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I'll be scrolling and I'll be like, yeah, okay. Even on like YouTube, I just be like, okay, it's nothing new on here. So like, okay, bye. So everything, I've just been kind of getting off social media a little bit more and more. I have been getting a little bit more active into like what is it called? Like the Fediverse and like desensitized social media. So I've actually been liking that. I haven't posted like yesterday or whatever, but I'm pretty consistent over there. I treat it like Twitter, but I've been really liking it over there. It's people who are like me, like-minded people, so I really like it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be growing over there. But girl, I'm a social media addict, girl. I have so many.
You said metaverse?
No, not the metaverse. It's called the Fediverse or whatever. So it's like, okay, so you know how we have Facebook and the big corporations like IG, pretty much all the ones we know of. So instead of that, it's smaller. Where like I'm gonna say like I own my own instance, which is like a website, if that makes sense. So what I like about it so far is like, let's just say you're on TikTok and I'm on Facebook. So even though you're on TikTok and I'm on Facebook, I can still see you. So it's pretty much like you see everybody on there. So it's pretty cool. Wow. And I really like it. So I feel like it's not new, but it's one of those things where it's been out for like 16 plus years, but it's not as big, of course, as like big corporations and stuff. But I like it because, like I said, you see people on there Threads is about to get on there. So no, Threads is already on there. So I see people that's on Threads, on Flipbook, on just everywhere. They all come to my feed.
Wow, I never knew about that.
I just like learned about it, like I'm gonna say like less than 2 weeks ago. And like I said, I really like it, definitely because like a lot of these social media platforms, they're not really posting you to all of your audience nowadays. They're only posting you to about 10%. So I like that because like even with that, your content is going to, like I say, is in a way, example, is going to like still is going to like TikTok, is going to Instagram, is going to Facebook, is going to all these places, and you're just on your one platform. So I have really been liking it so far. It's been really, really cool. And then one of the things that, like I said, girl, I'm new to this, so yeah, but it's just so exciting. One of the things that I do like about it, I haven't done it because I'm new. I only have like 6 followers so far, but yay, is that if you have followers on there, but you want to go to like, a different instance, which is like, like I said, a website or something like that, you can just migrate your followers over.
Really?
So I was like, that's really cool. Like, instead of like, how we're on TikTok and all these platforms and we like, hey, follow me on YouTube. Like, you can just literally just migrate people.
Really?
Like, yeah. It's so cool.
I know about that.
Yeah, I'm like,
you might need to share that website with me. I think my husband will benefit from that a lot.
Yeah, sure. It's really, really cool. It's a little bit less like sensitized and stuff. Like, I've been having issues with the whole AI on Facebook, the AI search. It's just been kind of getting on my nerves personally, and just some of the things they're doing. Oh, I did want to talk about. Okay, so you're a Facebook content creator. So are you getting paid by Meta at all? Like, have you been?
Yeah, I have been for a while now. It kind of dwindled recently. The thing about it is that the more consistent you are, the more you make. You have to really be a personality, to really break through and make a good amount there. The most I've made from Meta was, I feel like it was 1,200. The most
that
I made. When you're not active and when you're not, being a personality, when you're not responding, when you're not, interacting with people, you can make as little as cents, and you won't get that unless you make more than $25, I believe.
Yeah,
so
I was about to say the $25 threshold. What I have been noticing, because like I said, I love social media strategies. Like, I just love all of this digital marketing stuff. So what I have noticed, if you are wanting to like experiment and make more money on Facebook, or Meta in general, well, more so Facebook, because IG doesn't really pay. I think they're starting to pay with bonuses, but we both
they are.
But I have noticed that what really like makes people more money is gonna be like those like memes or like the pictures or whatever, and then also like shareable content, like I don't know, like it's like those sayings, like I'm gonna say like moms, don't you just hate when your kid comes up and touch you when you're overstimulated? You get what I'm saying? So something like that that's shareable, that me and you both agree. I know a bunch of other people agree. So people start to share that, and that's some of the ways that I've noticed that I feel like are making a lot more money than, I'm gonna say, reels or like video content. Like, I don't feel like they're paying as much for that, and they've been changing a lot. So like I said, if you want to make some money, I feel like that's definitely like the way to go. Possibly to test it out. Like I said, I love testing out things. But yeah, they've been changing a lot, because I remember when the program first started, they were paying like $19 per thousand.
Yeah, they were paying good.
Yeah,
they were paying good, and a lot of people benefited from that, because I was seeing checks where people made, I think, the 35,000, or they would make at least like 19,000 in 1 month. Like, they really like, oof. And I was trying to get a piece of that. And like I said, the most I got was 1,200. But Lord knows I wanted a piece of that, because when that first started, we needed a car and everything. I was like, I'm gonna try to make this. Like, it was crazy, but then they saw how much they was paying people. I guess they just like kind of buckled down on certain things and switched it up. But man, that was some sweet money that I was seeing people make. I was like, please let me get some of that.
Okay, so pretty much what I was talking about was that I kind of like YouTube a little bit because they don't really change up their monetization a lot, if that makes sense, compared to like
Yeah.
somewhere like Facebook where they're kind of like still constantly trying to figure out, like, because YouTube, I think their split is, I mean, I'm not monetized yet, but we're working on it. Okay.
You will be.
Manifesting it, putting in the work.
Uh-huh.
So with YouTube, it's like 55% towards creators and 45% towards the platform. Even though, you know, ads and stuff, it depends on how many like the businesses pick towards ads and stuff, what you'll really get. But still, I like that they have a certain split. With Facebook, I noticed that like I said, I watch a lot of like content, like I love strategies and stuff, where they were saying that the in-stream ads used to be the same as like YouTube, where it was 55-45 split. But they said recently they've changed it to be pretty much like the ads on Reels. So it's kind of like all one program, and they're trying to start blending it. So really, you're not going to be getting paid as much. So like I said, I really have been liking YouTube just because I feel like, you know, they still make changes, and I feel like you still shouldn't depend on the platform. But I feel like they're a little bit more predictable for me. So that's why I've been focused on that. But I still love Facebook. But like I said, I have to just, you know, use it more intentionally because, you know, like I said, it is where my family and like friends and, you know what I mean? So I can kind of get lost on there more so than YouTube. Because YouTube is social, but I wouldn't say it's like Facebook social where you can kind of get lost on there a lot of times. So yeah.
I've been noticed that about YouTube, and that's why I've been wanting to break into YouTube for so long, because I know that they're more, YouTube is more organized. Facebook and Instagram, but more so Facebook when it comes to their monetization. It seems like it's more always on beta mode. Like they're always on beta mode. It's never like a stability there. But with YouTube, it seems like they got their stuff together, you know. And so I've always wanted to break out on YouTube. What I will say about YouTube is that even though people make money on YouTube, I've learned from other successful creators that it's more so about the sponsorships that really gets them the money, you know, on YouTube. They get a sponsorship with YouTube, like when they're doing their videos, they put their sponsorship in, that's what really gets them paid, you know, and that's what I really want to do too. I really want to get sponsorships from, you know, doing YouTube videos, so that what I do on YouTube is not necessarily coming out of my pocket, but it's like if I make something like a garment, the fabric that I'm using is from a sponsor, you know, the scissors I'm using is from a sponsor, the thread I'm using is from a sponsor, you know, and I'm getting paid on top of that. There's a program, it's called, it was a lot of them, but one in particular that I'm on is called Coley. You know about Coley?
No, I don't think so. What are they about?
That's like it's like for creators. You create a profile on Coley, and you use that profile to get sponsorships from brands. So it's basically getting brand deals. And so you set up your profile, you set up a kind of like a portfolio of who you are and what you can do, an example of your video content, how you create content. You put that all on one little package that brands get to see, and they'll, you know, send you their product along with the payment. You know, and the payments can be really generous too. And you all you have to do is promote their product in whatever video you're doing, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You promote their product in your video. So, you know, that's a great way to be able to get paid right now, even though your YouTube isn't monetized, you know, and I utilize that when I can. And, you know, I've been just trying to get into YouTube that way by like promoting stuff, but also, you know, having my videos being streamed. And even though I'm not getting paid from YouTube, I'm getting paid from this. And eventually I will be getting paid from YouTube. So that's a cool way to, you know, break into YouTube while still getting good money, you know, the brand deals.
I agree. So pretty much we're just adding additional streams of income. It goes back to kind of like, you know, like a lot of content creators, I feel like, I think I was talking about this a little bit. They like to create kind of like about what I said on Facebook. Facebook is one of those places where just to create content, you're not going to get a lot of money on it. But if you think of it as a business, like you said, I'm not getting paid on YouTube yet. That's the goal. But I can get paid this way. You get what I'm saying? So like I feel like a lot
Yeah.
of content creators need to start taking content more so as a business more than just like content creation and waiting on them to pay you, because a lot of these companies are like, I feel like the pay is going down a lot. And a lot of people don't know how to monetize their platform. So they're getting these viral posts and all these followers and stuff, but then they're like,
It's
how
no
do I
money.
monetize now? But it's like you can literally monetize from day one. Like me personally, I have a YouTube crash course where I teach people how to start, scale, and monetize from day one. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's different ways that you can monetize online. Like you said, with them, you can do affiliate marketing. It's so many
Yeah.
different things that you can like
Yeah,
start.
that's affiliate marketing. Coley is an affiliated marketing platform that you can join, and there's others like it. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's basically affiliate marketing.
yeah, I'm a Walmart content creator, so I
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of affiliate marketing with them because I use
Mm-hmm.
Walmart like often. So I do a lot of my I am more so like I like food influencing. It's like really really fun because I love cooking, I love baking. So a lot of times when I'm looking at my stand mixer right now, and I got that from Walmart. So when I'm making like pizza doughs or cookie and stuff like that, I'm like, hey, if you want this stand mixer, the link is down below. I go to Walmart,
Yeah.
girl, all the time. So yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
also, speaking of sponsorship, if you are a small business owner or a content creator and you're looking to advertise your business, uh, definitely email me so that we can get you placed on here and start advertising your small business today. So the
Okay.
link will be down below.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go ahead and get started. And then also with April, make sure that you check out her e-commerce store.
Yes, definitely check out Bangles, bucket hats, and bikinis. It's a pretty big deal. The site is beautiful. The garments are made culturally inspired. We use African fabrics, and textures, textiles. We keep in mind style and trends. It's a beautiful site, and it's only going to grow bigger and bigger. I've been featured on Tabitha's Browns.
Oh
So
yeah, that's something I want to talk about. I forgot.
yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was one of the main things I wanted to mention today. And girl, I almost forgot. Can you tell us about that? Like you have been in love with Tabitha for a while.
Yes,
I've been seeing you talk about her for like at least like
years.
a year.
Yes. And it's really hard to get noticed by celebrities. It's really hard because some of them don't even run their own social media. They have other people doing it for them. So when you think you're talking to a person that you really admire and look up to on social media, sometimes you're talking to their assistant. You know. But it's been a long time I've been following Tabitha Brown. And although I can't confirm it, I believe that she runs, at least, some of her posts on social media, and she responds to some of her stuff. I don't really know exactly what's going on, but I feel like for her, it's really genuine. Like when she reaches out to people, it's her doing it. It's her talking to you, it's her liking your stuff, it's her sharing it. So for a long time, I've been trying to get her attention. Her and a couple of other people, Tiana Taylor, Eric Badu, Toby. I've been trying to get my favorites, because I stole from my heart. And when I love somebody, it's like, yo, I really want to work with you for a reason. It's not just because you're a celebrity. It's because I really, really fucks with you. So I want to work with you. So for Tabitha Brown, I've been following for a while. My kids love her. They, watch her little show on YouTube. Not saying little show, no disrespect, but they watch her kids show on YouTube. They're crazy about her too. So it's for years that I've been like, dang, I really want to work for her. The colors she represents, she wears bright colors. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'll be in her inbox every so often, not too much. And
And
I
she
made a reel
shouted you out,
recently.
right?
Huh?
She shouted you out recently, right?
Yeah, she did. So I made a reel, and it was just a real authentic reel, but I tagged her in it. And I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't think she was really gonna see it, but I don't ever give up. So I tagged her in it, and then like probably 11 p.m. at night, I see she shared it, and I'm like, no, this ain't real. This ain't real. She ain't share my stuff. She ain't. And so I look, and you know how sometimes people be making fake accounts with other people's names on it. So I clicked on the person just to make sure that it was the Tabitha I follow. And sure enough, it was her, 4 million followers. That's Tabitha Brown. So I'm like, yo. And I told my husband, I was like, I don't know how to feel right now, but Tabitha just shared my work. Let me tell you, that boosted up my following so much. And so many people came into my inbox checking for me. Like, it made such a difference that she vouched for me and she shared my work. And like, I'm just so thankful. I still want to create for her. She hasn't asked for a garment yet, but I know it's coming because she said in the past that she was going to look me up and work with me. So I know it's coming. It's going to have perfect timing, but I know it's coming. I'm just so thankful to her for acknowledging my work and putting it out there, because one share from somebody like her could do so much for a small business. So much.
Yeah.
I knew that, and I know that's why she did it. So I'm just thankful.
Yeah. And what you said earlier about like sponsorship for as far as you for like garments and stuff, I really like what you were saying. And so this just kind of like came to my mind. I love, like I say, I love all kind of things about strategy and like partnerships and all that kind of stuff. I think Joanna, they're going through like a rebrand or something like that. But I think that would be like a cool like partnership with like some local, like, you know what I'm saying, fabric places
Mhm.
like Joann's. And I don't
Yeah.
know what other fabric places are. You know, I'm not a designer, so I don't know who all got the fabrics. Even if it was somebody like even like local, like I
Hmm.
would definitely like, put like a media kit together or something and say like, hey, I got this followers, Tabitha Brown, then share my content. Like I would love to like partner with you. I think that would be
Yeah.
something like really, really cool. That
Yeah.
the worst somebody can say is no. I've
Thank
learned.
you. Thank you for the idea, because I didn't even think about that. I did. I definitely saved the story post to
Yeah,
my.
definitely, girl. You better
But
save it. Add
oh
it to your
yeah,
media kit. Say,
yeah.
hey,
I actually get my fabric from Test World Designs on Etsy, and I've been working with them for like over 8 years. But I don't have a partnership with them. But it would be sweet if I did come to them and be like, look, I've been working with you for a year. I always shout y'all out. Y'all can just hook me up with some fabric every now and then, and for free, and we can just have this partnership. That would be really sweet, and I could show them exactly what you said, Tap the Brown, share my story, because that's a partnership I would definitely benefit from, and I would definitely appreciate, because I wouldn't just work with anybody. Like, I don't want to accept a partnership from anybody just because it's free. I want to accept partnerships with people and companies that I actually utilize and need and use, so it could be authentic and organic when I do promote their product. So that's definitely a good idea, and I thank you for
yeah.
that. I'm
I
taking
would
notes. You
suggest
give me some good ideas, some good
thank
blueprints.
you. I'm
Yeah.
like I said, I really love helping people. And like I said, that's just how my mind works. And like for me personally, a lot of times I'll give advice to people who they're not already doing it, if that makes sense, and they may not do it. And so it's kind of like in a way, I'm like wasting my talents a little bit by like kind of like giving my all pour into other people when they're not really about it. But you and other content creators and business owners who I already see are doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
me just like thinking about stuff, I'm just like, oh, this might be helpful. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Hmm.
stuff that you're already like into, but maybe you just haven't thought of it, or maybe you have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would definitely suggest you reach out to that company on Etsy. Um, Even them, like, and say like, hey, I would love to collaborate with you. If they can do like fabric, and then also if they have some type of affiliate marketing or something, that, you know what I'm saying, girl,
Yeah.
like something. Because like with your content, you sew, so you can do, your sewing content. It's just so many different avenues that you can like do with that kind of content
Yes.
that maybe they're
Yes.
not doing it, because a lot of companies and people in general, it's a lot to try to do everything. So if
Yeah.
I can partner with somebody who is doing something that I'm not doing, like if I sell
Mhm.
fabric, but I don't necessarily do a lot of content on like how to sew and use the
Uh-huh.
fabric, and you do
Yeah.
that, baby,
Hmm.
here's some fabric. What you gonna
Right.
design? You get what I'm saying? Hopefully they'll post it even on their page because it's their fabric. You get what I'm saying? So that's
Hmm.
cross promotion and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I would definitely suggest messaging like your local fabric people, and then also the big corporations too, because baby,
Yeah.
I know everybody can need some help right now with how
Yeah.
things are going. So I would
Uh-huh.
definitely suggest, because I know this is like your passion and stuff like that. So if anybody can work with you, or not anybody, but you get what I'm saying, if the
Yeah.
people who you love can work with you, then like I say, I would definitely work with them. And like I say, the worst anybody can say is no. And
Yeah.
that's what really pushes me to actually go after the ask, is just
Mhm.
knowing like, hey, the worst they can say is no. The best thing they can say is yes. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like that's very, very important. Definitely check out April's bucket hats. Her husband has wonderful jewelry. So if you're into lots of color, which I know I am, definitely check them out. The links will be down below. And also, if you're a small business owner or creator and you're looking to advertise your business, I do have sponsorship and advertisements available. So I just want to say thank you so much, April. That baby has been quiet this whole time, girl. I thought that baby was gonna cry a little bit.
Yeah, he just needs to be in my arms. That's all he cares about is being in my
arms. You was like, can I have my baby? I was like, girl, what I look like saying no? Like, I'm like, I picked you for the podcast. I know you're a mom. You get what I'm saying? I know you're a mom. I know you're an entrepreneur. I know this. So I'm not gonna say no, you can't have your baby on here. I was like, yeah, like, your baby come on here. Like, I thought your baby was gonna cry a little bit. Your baby has been calm. Like, he been wiggling a little bit, getting out your arms, but it's been really cool. So yeah, but I want to say thank you so much for coming on. I feel like it was just wonderful talking to you. Like, I always kind of say this at the end of my podcast. Like, I just feel like with this podcast, I love it so much because I get to talk to business owners and creators such as yourself that I see you doing your thing, and I want to highlight you because you are doing your thing. You was kind of hard to lock down, girl. I had messaged you. I was like, bro, like, come on. I want to get you a podcast. I did the little eye emojis. I'm known for my eye emojis.
Yeah, that's what got me is the eye emoji.
Yeah, I was like,
you have to respond back to her because I don't want to leave you waiting, Yeah,
I was like, hey, like, can I get you on the podcast? And then after that, girl, we on the podcast like the next day. But I really, like I said, I love to highlight creators and business owners that I see are doing their thing, that are staying consistent, even though you may take mental breaks or just breaks, but you're still being consistent with your your art and your creative work. So I see you, and I want other people to see you. I feel like that's important.
Yeah, I see you too. You've been doing this for a long time. Like, you one of the people that I look up to when it comes to staying consistent. Like, you don't play. You get to work, and I've been seeing you for years do it. Like, I've been seeing you since you was, helping. You've always been helping people with like the grants and different things. So you've always been an inspiration to me, and so I see you, and I'm just so proud of you. I'm always proud of you. Like, you really be doing your thing.
Thank you so much, and like I said, I really appreciate you for coming on. Yeah, I'm like, I've been seeing you for a couple years now. We've been touching base, but I was like, you don't really get to like talk to people. So this what this podcast is about. Like, I've touched base with a lot of people, but I don't really get to talk to them in detail. And I've always just wanted to talk to, like, like to you in detail about just different things. So I have just been really enjoying the podcast. It has really been like, I don't know, just really a happy space for me. And I feel like I have been able to have fun again with content and fun again with my business. And I feel like that's really important. So it's just been something that's just been really, really great. And I appreciate that, like, everybody who I want to come on has been able to come on. And I just can't wait for more and more people to come on and more conversations. And hopefully, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe in a year we get updates and stuff. I want this to be something that just continues, and we see the creators grow. Like, hey, how did the podcast help you? Hey, a year from now, like, where are you now? Like, I feel like that's going to be super important and something that I want to do. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming on, and I'm going to do my little spiel real quick. So if you are a content creator, like I said, once again, definitely check for a sponsorship and advertisement. If you're a business owner, check out April's e-commerce company and also her other social media. Oh, what's this little? Oh, I got a little bubble, girl. What is that?
Oh,
where that came from?
Because I went like this. I think
I ain't never seen that, girl. I ain't never seen this before. I am shocked and amazed. I was like, what?
I do some more. Thumbs up, thumbs up.
That is so. I have never seen this before. Like, that is so hilarious. But definitely check out her websites and also her social media. Definitely follow her. And Tabitha Brown, pick my girl on, okay?
Yes, ASAP. You're gonna see it for the years out for sure.
Yes, it's coming soon. We're gonna tag Tabitha. I'll be like, where you at, Tabitha? Give her a
Okay.
PO box so she can send you a bucket hat. Okay, wear that
Right.
bucket hat, girl.
Yeah.
But if you are loving this podcast episode, definitely check out some of our latest episodes and definitely like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.